Louisiana beer reviews. Juicy Little Thing India Pale Ale Hazy IPA, 6.5% alcohol. This was introduced around 2022. Part of their hazy, the Little Thing series, I mean to say. I think the first one was Hazy Little Thing in 2017. Family owned brewing company in California and North Carolina. 6.5% alcohol, 35 bitterness units. It's got the date, guys, on the can. And it was actually canned at 1:19 p.m. 1:19 in the afternoon. Now, probably in North Carolina, because I'm east of the Mississippi. I'm east of the Mississippi River, and usually you get east of the river and you get those, the ones from the eastern state. If you're west of the river, you get, that's not a hard and fast rule, though. I wrote some notes down. It gets an 89 out of 100, very good on Beer Advocate, 76 out of 100 on Untappd, which is comparable. The way they do it a little different. There's numbers, but it comes out about the same. They use 2-row pale barley malt, oats, and wheat, so it's a multi-grain beer. The hops are Citra, El Dorado, Mosaic, and Sterling, and it is dry hopped. I've never had it before in my life. I see there's a number of video reviews, which I intend to watch, once I do this. I haven't watched a single review, and I haven't read any written reviews. I want to do this without any kind of bias, and I'm already having problems with that because I'm not too much for these juicy IPAs, and I'm not much for hazy IPAs. But I got to try to, well, anytime I do a beer review, I try to work past the bias. I don't say, well, I don't like bitter beers. Well, I do like bitter beers. You know what I mean? Like, I see people say that, I don't like bitter beer, so I'm going to give it a C-. Well, maybe it's not a beer for you. I try to say, what is the quality standard of the beer? Is it world class, which is basically impossible to find? Is it outstanding? Is it most excellent? Is it just excellent, like A-? Is it very good, good, marginally good, average, like not good, but you could drink it? Is it poor, a D? You could choke it down, but it's a terrible beer. Or F, undrinkable. Those are rare too. So world class is rare, better than perfect, and F, undrinkable, is rare. I mean, most beers you could drink them, but you get one of those F beers like the Camo or the Super Brew 15% alcohol from Bucharest, Romania. Yeah, that's pretty scary. I tried drinking it. I said I'll take a sip every hour. I had it in the fridge every hour. After about 5 hours, I can't do this. It was a 500 milliliter bottle. I can't. I knew it's coming back up, so I didn't finish it. Okay, creamy, off-white head, and the appearance is yellow. Just yellow gold, yellow more, I guess. Okay. Yeah. These hops, this hop combination gives it that juicy aroma. Juice. Now, in the old days, you say the old days, you mean like 2011? Yeah, in the old days, it would always be like hop resin, pine oil. People sometimes would say the beer smell like pine salt. Okay. Then it transitioned over to juice, like various juicy, citrusy fruits. Okay. That's what it smells like. And some white bread crust as you get with these. Now, this is a so-called India Pale Ale, 35 bitterness units, and it's an IPA, huh? Yeah. Maybe more like a strong pale ale. So it's probably more like a juicy PA than a juicy IPA. That's the way I see it. Taste time chills. It's still dawn. It's not even daylight. There's a little blue in the sky. It's raining. I can't go walking. Normally I'll start these around 8 o'clock, 8:15, but a.m. But that's after I've walked a mile and done other things. But I got a rain out, but it's going to pass. Later I'll do the mile and a half. Do a mile and a half on a day off. Not a lot, but I'm consistent. Thinking back to 1996, I don't think I've missed a day walking, and if I have, I made it up, double the next. Like when I broke my leg, obviously I couldn't do it, that was the one exception, 97. But once it got to where they said you could walk in that walking cast, I just started doing it. Okay, but anyway, no, I mean, nice splotchy lacing. The flavors, it's all right. I mean, literally, it tastes like what I talked about: multigrain, oats, wheat, barley malt of various types. That melange of hops. It's fine. I guess it's all right. I wouldn't want to drink it, but I got 2 cans left, and I'll have to do a duo, and then I'll probably do the 3rd can on my alternative channel, Anti-War. Check out Anti-War. It's just overflow videos. And I just called it Anti-War. I was trying to think of a name for it, and I figured, well, that's the way I look at the world, the anti-war movement, so I named it that. Medium bodied, mostly dry finish. There's a sugary sweetness to it, though. I give it 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness, I'll give 3.5 out of 5 hop cones. So it's balanced. It's a lot more bitter in its flavor than the number would make you believe it was going to be. Sometimes the real world experience with IBUs is different from the stated number. They might say 70 IBU, and you're like, well, where's all this bitterness I'm reading about? Or it might say 35 in this case, and it's like, whoa, it's a lot stronger than I thought. So if your experience with beer drinking is Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, and Miller Lite, you might find this outrageously bitter. But then you might like it, so it might not scare you away. You might just say, oh, yeah, I didn't realize beer could be like this, and so forth. And you may never have had even an ale before, which is different from a lager. Medium body, mostly dry finish. Okay. I'll give it a B. It's good. 87 out of 100. It's a good beer. I don't know about excellent. And you say, well, that's biased because it is excellent in that juicy style. You don't like juicy, so you're giving it a B when it deserves an A minus. Of course, that's possible. And I'm trying to make that not possible. I don't want to be that way. But to me, it's just good. I don't know. It's something about it that they could have done it more to make it more. And I don't know what you can do with these to make it more. They got some really high-hat hazies around here, 8%, and people are going wild over them. Well, they used to go wild over it. Now I see that thing sitting on the shelf in the tall cans and the bottles. They look like an artifact on the shelf. But it used to be they'd call the store once an hour asking for it. Be trying to find it. Drive 70 miles to get it. Now, like I say, it's an artifact on the shelf. But people will still get angry at me if I say it's not awesome, you know. Oh, you crazy. You crazy. And then they have a double dry hop version. I say, I don't think I'm crazy. I just go, you drink it. It's not any really better than this. Even though it's 8%. Wow, okay, 8%. They got a lot of beers that's 8, 9, 10, 12%. That's not a novelty, really. It shouldn't be for you. And to me, if people are getting so defensive about it, that could be, and of course, that beer and others that I'm talking about is a lot more hazy than this. That beer is a lot more hazy. That thing looks like, it looks like a puree, like a grain puree, like baby food or something. I don't really want to get into that. You do what you want. You want to drink baby food. Okay, this one's like relatively clear, honestly. It's slightly hazy. So that's it. I can't do better than that. But I think that's fair. I mean, it is. I'm saying it is a good beer. 87. It's a good beer. You say, is this a good beer? I say, yeah. Would you want to drink it? No. But yeah, it's worth buying if you like juicy things. No problem. 16.49 for their 12-pack variety pack. No one forced me to buy this. I knew what I was getting into. I would have liked to try the dank little thing, I believe it's called. They have a crisp little thing, which is all malt lager coming up next, a light blue. Try to be fair with that. So yeah, there you go. Now, how would this pair with saltine? I got so many saltine crackers. Somebody gave me like this overload of saltine crackers, but I don't like to waste food. We have a problem in America with people wasting food, dumping. And there'd be people that'll lecture you about the environment and global climate and stuff, and then they'd be dumping out food, and I'm like, well, you just lectured me, and I'm the one not wasting the food. Okay, so I got some Limburger cheese, Country Castle Limburger cheese, and some Rouse's Tabasco, Rouse's Louisiana style hot sauce. Now, if it says Louisiana style, that means it's not made in Louisiana, but it's certainly a very good sauce, I have to admit. Okay. Now, Limburger is an extreme cheese. Most people that I know personally will not try it. They will not try it. I've tried to talk to people at work and everywhere. I say, you want to try some Limburger? No. They just saw the Little Rascals or the Three Stooges, and that made them not want to try it. Maybe I've gotten two people to try it. They actually did kind of gag, like they thought they were going to throw up. But I said, you're just closed-minded, because if you taste it really, it's just like strong cheese. It doesn't taste like, like stinky feet or anything. It doesn't smell like that necessarily. It's a bold, I call it a bold flavor, really. So the beer is not really bold or exceptionally interesting, but it's fine. The cheese is. So if you ever see Country Castle in that red label block from Wisconsin, I strongly recommend it. Around here, for the last 12 years. For 12 years now, the price has not changed. $6.49 a block. It's a true story. Now, Beer Man does beer and cheese every Tuesday. They take a beer of whatever type and they pair it with a certain type of cheese that they want to theme, whatever their theme is. I've never watched it because I'm not really interested in those kind of things, but I think it's fine. And you may be. Some people are just so involved with food and beer pairing, so I would highly recommend that because I know his channel and they do quality assessments. So that's it. That's a winner, boy. That Country Castle Limburger is definitely A+. Outstanding. So, les bon temps relais, a good beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to North Carolina or California and take a Sierra Nevada Brewing brewery tour.